This is the island we want to sail to, Isla Isabel. But as you might know, we've been having some major engine problems. We're hoping for a quick fix so we can head to this island paradise ASAP. We also have a big announcement, so make sure you stick around to the end of this video to find out what it is.
We may have some potential good news, we may have some potential bad news, but at the very least we should have an answer. I thought the head gasket was blowing on this motor. We would have coolant coming out of the radiator cap here, and I thought it was the head gasket, but it might not be. We have a new head gasket that was brought in, and I was literally just starting to take apart the engine, and I took off this coolant line first, and this coolant line goes to the reservoir, and that's this line right here. But it's blocked. The hose is collapsed. Like, you can barely blow through it, right? So what I'm hoping it is just the coolant line. But it could also be the heat exchanger, where it exchanges the heat between the salt water and the fresh water cooling for the engine. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put this in a bucket with a little bit of water, and if a bunch of air bubbles come out of here, it means it's the head gasket. If it fills up with water, it means that seawater is getting into the fresh water, and then that's like overfilling the system, and that's why we're getting a leak out. So,
and that would mean that it's the...
That would mean that it's the heat exchanger is the problem.
Yeah.
Is the problem in this.
And if it's just the pipe?
If it's just the pipe, then we shouldn't see, maybe a little bit of liquid, but not that much. And it should be...
No air bubbles.
No air bubbles.
Okay.
What we don't want to see is a steady stream of air bubbles coming out, because that would mean head gasket, which it still could very easily be. But at least we have a test now to confirm what it's going to be.
Yeah, before we change it out.
Yeah, so let's get a bucket and test it up. I'm nervous. I have my bucket ready. I have my new hose that's not collapsed. So if I see air bubbles in this bucket, it means it's the head gasket. If this bucket fills up with water, it means it's the heat exchanger. And if it's nothing, it means we fixed it with the hose being a new hose. So our friend Colin is over here. Say hi to the camera. Hello. And he's gonna help us. He's gonna turn on the engine, and then we're just gonna let it run and see what happens. So make sure the rad cap is on really well. Maybe dry that a little bit. All right, keep this away from the belt. All right, Colin, start the engine.
All right.
No bubbles yet. Okay, kill the engine. So we have absolutely lovely news to hear. To share. Aside from the fact that I really should have been wearing some hearing protection. So we've been running the engine for about 20 minutes, and there is nothing. There's nothing wrong. It's all working great. So literally the problem was all caused by this hose that had collapsed. So maybe we'll try and like cut into the hose and see what it was. But it's a new hose. That's all. This hose is what we're gonna put now. This is a fuel line hose. Bad me, I don't have a spare rad hose, but it'll do for now, and we'll get a spare rad hose. But no replacing the head gasket. We already bought a head gasket, so now we have a spare head gasket and a bunch of spare gaskets that we probably should have had anyway. But engine's fixed, I think, for now. Yay.
Now onto the other engine.
Now to the transmission side of things. Maybe a beer, but maybe look at the transmission first, and then a beer, or Fireball, or vodka. But hey, good news. All right, so we have to fill up on fuel before we get out of this marina, and this is exactly how we're gonna do it. All right, pick it up and go. There's one rope. Oh yeah, two of those have a little bit of fuel in them. The one's right by Colin. I mean, I hear some dragon guys.
Bill! Okay, carry all this.
I like they have. How's the coffee going?
That idea was brought to you by Colin.
A hook? You want a hook? I'll give you a hook. Still the same. You can get a wall and see and take it. Oh, get him.
This is so much fun. Colin and Brett helped us lug all of these diesel cans. So thank you very much for that. So we're almost ready to go. We just need to do a couple more things and then we're ready to go.
So later today we're heading out from Mazatlan to Isla Isabela. So it's a little island about halfway between Mazatlan and Puerto Vallarta. And so it'll be a good stopover for us. Some of Darcy's friends from Canada, Vancouver Island, they're down here at the moment and we're at the dock next to their boat. They brought some stuff down for us, which was really helpful. Colin and Brett, they're brothers, and they've got some crew on board as well, and they're going to the South Pacific soon. But we're going to go with them to this island and then to Puerto Vallarta. But before we go, Darcy's helping them with some welding because we brought our welder down all the way from Vancouver because we obviously weren't finished with all our jobs. And so he's helping with them with a few of those things before we go. They might leave tomorrow morning, but we're leaving tonight. And then maybe we're going to race from that island to Puerto Vallarta in a few days. So that'll be fun. They're on a monohull too, so we'll see. But they're much more experienced sailors.
Have you worked out the spacing? I was thinking if you put the one bottom, you could take a measurement. Oh, but if he said keep her. Oh. She's not interested. He's not.
So we didn't end up leaving yesterday. We ended up catching up with a friend, Rich, that we had met back in Ensenada, of all places. So you do end up catching up with lots of people, you know, meeting them further and further down the coast. It's really cool. So that was good. He's actually come over this morning to help Darcy look at the alternator because we've never got the alternator working, and that would be something that would be really nice to have because we did buy a new alternator and we've never been able to get it to work. So they're working on that at the moment. Don't think it's gonna start working. It sounds like it's not going too well, but definitely helping Darcy a lot to know all the different possibilities that it could be. And so I think he might ring Bulmer back up and see if they've got any other ideas. Because this was our second alternator sent from them. So it's something, it's not the I don't think it's the alternator itself. Otherwise they've sent us 2 duds, which I don't think is likely. Something we're doing or something about the boat or something. You can tell I don't know much about alternators. But yeah, might do a few more boat jobs before we head off today. And the wind's looking to pick up a little bit. But it's going to be a pretty light wind most of the way, unfortunately. But we do want to start heading off, not hang around in the marina for too long, and we'll catch some nice, hopefully snorkeling is supposed to be really good, free diving, hikes and everything on this Isla Isabela. So very excited for that, but a couple of boat jobs. Done a bit of washing, as you can see, and cleaned the front because there's water here. We've got the diesel cans ready, the jerry cans ready to go, and we've poured some into the actual tank. And maybe I'll clean the rest of the hulls that I didn't finish the other day. Yeah, always lots of jobs to do while we're waiting. Quite a tight fit down here. I've got my suction thing. There's no waves, which is super nice, much easier than at the anchorage the other day. But for some reason, I'm guessing because there's no sun under here, it's a lot harder. There's way more barnacles. The outside had way more of like the algae seaweed type stuff, the long green stringy stuff, whereas here there's just heaps of barnacles. So that's our competition boat. It's Darcy's friends from Vancouver. Vancouver Island is where they're from. 2 brothers and then 4 other crew, so it's 6 people. I think 3 are pro sailors, or at least significantly better than us, and then 3 maybe newbies, not 100% sure. One of them only just rocked up today. So we'll be racing them to Isla Isabella. It's afternoon now, so it's going to be an overnight passage, and we should get there hopefully early tomorrow, and hopefully we will beat them. But we'll see. The wind's not great, so I'm not sure what happens if we turn on a motor. I feel like we either lose or don't tell them.
No, the race isn't on yet. The race is on from, what's the island we're going to?
Isla Isabella?
Isla Isabella to Puerto Vallarta.
Oh, we're not racing today.
No, this is just a race. It's always a race.
Don't tell them it's a race, and then we'll win. All right, electronics is on. I'll turn the water off.
Yeah.
And now we're going to turn the engines on. Or one, no, yeah, both engines to get out of the marina. And then it's quite a tight passage out of this whole area. We'll show you. Hopefully there's not too many boats. The wind is blowing that away, so pushing us onto the dock. So we're kind of just taking off the dock lines. That's the last dock line there coming off. And we're just sitting here now. This is our famous manoeuvre, where we just slowly push ourselves off the dock, depending on the weather and wind and slip that we're in.
Just waiting for a water jug to get back. You see out there?
See you out there.
It's on like Donkey Kong.
It sure is.
We were catching the light from the window, looking up, you were driving slow. I can see through it all with my eyes closed. We were never meant to be alone. There was a part of me that couldn't let go. Needed remembering I'm not on my own. Ooh, I'll go where you go. Knocks on my window. Let's keep it simple. I'll go where you go. Light a fire deep inside my mirror. I'm filling up rooms in your head, flying through it all like an arrow. I'm feeling like myself.
So there's our competition over there. And we've just put out another sail, our stay sail, to try and go a little bit faster. Not sure how much it's going to do in this light breeze.
We got an extra 0 knots.
Yeah, that looks about the same. Now we're going to try and trim the sails better somehow, not sure. The apparent wind is about between 10 and 12, and our speed is about 4.5. We just hit 4.75, so maybe a little bit faster with the stay sail.
Yay! Let's do this. For a second it didn't look like they were sailing away from us. Now it looks like they're sailing away from us.
Yeah, it does. And further and further into the distance.
There was a part of you that couldn't let go. Needed remembering we're not on our own. I'll go where you go. Knocks on my window. Let's keep it simple. I'll go where you go. You got the light.
It's close to 10 o'clock and the wind has died. We're going like 2 knots. There's like 6 knots of wind. So the engine's got to go on. I took a picture of where we were. Hopefully Colin's done the same. And we'll see who turned the engines on first. and hopefully we get more wind, but it doesn't look like it in the forecast, so motors are going on.
Well, it's been a really calm night. We've been motoring most of the way because the wind just completely died, but it's been comfortable because there's no waves or anything. It's just starting to lighten up and there's fog everywhere. If you can see behind me, it's really misty and gloomy and doomy. But on the other side, where the sun is starting to rise, if you can see, it looks like a beautiful day. It's really nice and orange. The sun's just gonna pop up just over there somewhere. Just, I don't know if you can see the land, but the land is over there. And the whole horizon's just turned like a bright orange, and it's not misty or foggy or anything over there at all. So yeah, it's pretty cool which way you look. So that's with life, whether you look at the glass half full or empty. But it's been, yeah, a nice night. It was a really clear night in terms of clouds. There was no clouds. You could see all the stars. It was super bright. Really makes you feel small and insignificant out here with the bright stars, and out in the ocean, no one around. Didn't pass any other boats. Not sure where our buddy boat, or should I say our competition boat is, but I'm pretty sure they're a bit of a ways ahead of us. We tried to sail as much as we could, but yeah, the motor has come on. But at least it's running okay for now. So yeah, I'm feeling a little bit sleepy, but I'm sure as soon as the sun pops up over the horizon I'll be wide awake, because that's what tends to happen with me. Yeah, it's a different kind of thing being out here doing all this, these long nights alone. It makes you think about your life and all the people in it and what you've done and regrets and the kind of person you want to be. So I think the more nights I have like this out here, hopefully the better person I'll become. Well, we're almost there. We can see the island off in the distance, not too far to go, maybe half an hour.
And there is a dinghy approaching which looks like our buddy boat.
Yeah, so they definitely beat us. And they're coming out to meet us in their nice little dinghy.
I have to tackle now. We heard you had good beer.
We do.
What took so long?
Oh man. Our slow motor and our slow sail before that.
Well, we've been here for like 6-7 hours.
Yeah.
A victory, I'd say.
I finally saw you guys on AIS and then I checked your speed and it was 0. I'm like, oh, you're just anchored.
You tried, that's all that matters. Oh, we thought we'd come out and hang out. You guys still got what, 5 miles to go?
Sounds good, yeah, a little bit.
You've been boarded, Captain.
Wow.
So that's what it's like to be boarded by pirates.
Very, very rude pirates.
We didn't even bring gifts.
Demanding beer. So there's the island, the main one, and we're going to anchor somewhere here, I believe. So that's a really cool arch type, not an arch, but like a cool formation of rock, and that's where we're heading. And there's trails on the island, really good spearfishing and snorkeling, free diving. So it's going to be a good time, and we've got friends with us. Well, new friends, all new to me.
No weird rocks or anything here?
Nope. No, we're right behind the rock.
Okay, give me 3 meters.
So we've anchored. Darcy's just putting the bridle on now with the Dyneema soft shackle that he spliced himself, and it worked really well last time, so we'll test it out again. But yeah, it's a nice spot. Rocks are super cool, nice white beach, meant to be really good diving and free diving and snorkeling and everything around here. And the boat we came with is just behind us. Probably can't see it, but yeah, it's just the two of us here, which is sweet. So this is Isla Isabel, and I think there's 3 anchorages that are here, and we're on the east one. So we had a bit of a snorkel and a scout around those rocks near where we're anchored yesterday, and we're going to go back today and try and spear some fish for lunch. So pretty excited, haven't gone out like this for a little while. We've got our fins, we're not going to forget our weight belts this time, masks, GoPro. Is that everything?
Spear guns?
Oh yeah. Okay, we need that, that's most important. Spear guns.
And we're gonna go with our buddy boat.
Yeah, a couple of them are gonna come, and so we'll be able to see who gets the best shot. Hopefully me.
It's a strange kind of phase when you let go. Let your life flow like a river. Break away from material ego. You never know what's around the corner for you. We all got our beefs and our struggles, but we keep on trying to hide it. Working so hard to keep it together. Maybe it's time that we let go. We're moving on one step at a time to something better. We're moving on one step at a time to something better. So we're moving on one step at a time to something better. We're moving on one step at a time to something better. Maybe the day will be better. Okay, deep in a world of secrets, that's where you'll find the magic. Easy to disbelieve it, difficult to imagine. We are unstoppable if we break down the walls, yeah. We all got our beefs and our struggles, but we keep on trying to hide it. Working so hard to keep it together. Maybe it's time that we let go. We're moving on one step at a time to something better. We're moving on one step at a time to something better. Say we're moving on one step at a time to something better.
All right, what do you think?
I love it, because it doesn't taste anything like fish. Tastes like steak. Or
So-
a roast, as you said.
Wood spear again?
Definitely. And there was heaps of them, so we've got freezer space.
So how does it taste?
Oh, it's good. I don't know if it's realistic to fish normally, but it's good. And it was free.
What does that mean? Realistic to fish?
Doesn't taste like fish.
What does it taste like?
I have no idea. Honestly, it's different.
So we're now at the southern side of Isla Isabel. We're gonna walk across to the other side of the island where there should be big swell coming in. We've actually seen from this side a big wave crashing up, so pretty sure it's not too far away and there's gonna be some big waves. Then we're gonna walk to the very, very southern tip and watch the sunset. And man, there is so many birds around, all different types, so hopefully we can get some good close-up shots, because some of them look really weird, basically. They've got these big red bubble things here.
And they're supposed to be blue-footed boobies.
Yeah, boobies. This is amazing. You can walk so close to them. This is the trail going across the island, and they're just everywhere on either side. Little chick ones, little babies.
I mean, that's a big baby.
That's a big baby, but look at the little fluffy white one. Can you see it? I'm gonna see if we can get a good shot, but like, see the red bubble thing on that bird? And
think
that's
it's
not
a
like,
fish.
it's not an abnormality, that's like, there's a bunch of them that look like that.
It's a mating thing.
Ah. See that tiny little one? And that one's like resting on the baby. I don't know. It's so cool. So this is the track and we almost stepped on an iguana. Not scared of us at all.
Very camouflaged.
Okay. Have any of you guys seen the movie The Birds?
They're everywhere.
So we found the green-footed boobies walking up here, and now we've found so many blue-footed boobies. They're all over this ridge. And you can see all across the island. It's so incredible here. Well, we've just picked a nice spot to sit down on the cliff and wait for the sun to set. Pretty good.
Big announcement time. If you like our videos, you're gonna love this.
We're going to be making an extra video every week from now on. It's going to be released on Patreon, which we've just started this week.
Our regular Friday videos won't change, but if you want an extra full-length YouTube-style video, come join Team Nova on Patreon.
We've had a bunch of people ask us to start a Patreon, but we didn't want to start it until we had something of value that we could give back in return.
Our first video is up on Patreon right now.
And we put heaps of effort into it. But either way, we'll see you on Patreon, or we'll see you next Friday.
Bye!